This is video 3 on how I know that God does not create evil. Because if he does, that means it's a part of him and it's a part of who he is. Otherwise, he never would have done it. Like Jesus said, out of the heart, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And that principle could be applied anywhere. Out of the abundance of the heart and out of the abundance of who you are, you, me, God, anybody, the mouth speaks and you do whatever you're going to do out of who you are. That means if anywhere at all, even to the slightest iota, and for the slightest amount of time, from all of time and eternity in any age, God had the slightest inkling and acted on it to create anything evil. It's part of his nature, and he could do it again. People say, well, I know it's not going to because the Bible says. Oh, really? The Bible says. And what you're inferring is that God wrote the Bible so you can count on it. You see the problem? If the God who has even one iota of ability to create evil for some reason in him wrote the Bible, and you're standing on it that no evil is going to happen at some point in the future because he's going to eliminate it all, how do you know he's telling the truth? How do you know you can trust him? Because the very nature of evil is that it deceives, it lies, it manipulates, it leads you on. And at some point, pulls the rug out from under you. The whole problem with this theory that God creates evil is that it puts him down on a corrupt human level. And maybe that's why people like it, so they can relate to him. I don't know. But when you start saying that God creates evil, security goes out the window, trust goes out the window, love goes out the window, sanity goes out the window, because any of those things that we so desperately need in life, security, trust, love, healing, redemption, any of it that we so need, if there's even one speck or iota in God to create evil, all those things are suspect. And he could be lying about them. And this whole thing we're living could be just a farce, because at any time, that ability or part of his nature that creates evil, somehow, for our good, could pop up. And basically what it does is this. It keeps you on edge. It's like having a boss or a dad who has a hair trigger. They're nice half the time, and all of a sudden they just explode out of nowhere. What kind of relationship does that form? It forms a relationship where you're always on edge. You're always on your toes. You're always living in what? Fear. And here's the rub. A God who would create evil at any time, to any degree, for any reason, is a God who purposely inflicts fear on his subjects and his children. And they say, well, he only did it once for a purpose. Well, if he did it once, he could do it again. So your relationship with God is reduced to one of no eternal security, no eternal trust, no eternal love, no confidence in him whatsoever, because there's that little bit of evil he created. And so you're always fearful and on edge and walking on, what do they call it? Walking on There's some expression I'm missing, right? Walking on eggshells. Because you never know when he's gonna explode.